Brian Bancroft's fact of the day.
Thank you, Stephen. Stephen down the line rail with our new introduction. Yeah, I know. But there we go. Right then. So then, Monday, the 6th of July, 2026. What happened on this day in UK history for transport? Let's have a look, shall we? 1840, the London to Blackwell Railway opened between Minories and Blackwell. I believe part of that is used on the Docklands Railway now. It originally opened, it was a cable-hauled railway. It didn't use steam engines for most of its length. It was a cable-hauled railway. That was in 1840. Nothing happened for the next 30 years, and in 1874, Bristol Temple Meads, as we know it today, was reopened by the Great Western Railway. The first span of the wonderful roof at Bristol Temple Meads was opened today in 1874. So the car park that was the Midland bit was still there, but the Great Western had rebuilt the station on the curve and had put in the roof, and that opened in 1874. Exactly 1 year later, the Scarborough Spa Cliff Railway, which is still there, I believe that's the one that runs down by the Grand Hotel, that opened in 1875 and has been running pretty much day in, day out ever since. In 1930, my beloved Great Western closed Charlie Holt. You've never heard of it? No, I bet you haven't, because it only lasted 14 months. That was on the Windsor to Slough branch and was about halfway along, and they closed it after only 14 months. I'm guessing it was one of those wooden ones that nobody ever used, but there we are. Moving on, in 1985, what's now the part of the Spa Valley Railway was the Tunbridge Wells to Earridge Railway. I do have footage of that on a Video 125 video somewhere. However, that closed in 1985. British Rail decided to finally sound the end for that line. And then finally, for the aviation enthusiasts, in 1935, on this day, the 6th of July 1935, Gatwick Airport closed. Yes, the Gatwick Airport that we know now was originally closed, and what they did was they rebuilt a brand new circular terminal known as the Beehive, which I believe still exists, part of the Gatwick estate. But it became the first airport in the world to have rail-connected station. Gatwick Airport was the first airport in the world to be rail served with a dedicated station for the airport. Us Brits, we did it right the first time, and that was it so it was closed in 1935 on the 6th of July, and I'm sure at some point later on in the year it'll come up with it opened with the terminal. But there we go. So that's today's UK transport facts of the day. I hope you're enjoying this series. Tell me if you're not, because I'll stop doing it. But if not, I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Catch you later. Safety. Additionally, in tramway and busway news, on the 6th of July 1885, the Birmingham and Midland Tramway began its first ever steam route from Dudley into Birmingham. This was extended further on and became eventually part of the Birmingham Corporation Tramways network. Also over in Ireland, Dublin, in 1925, on this day, Dublin began its first ever bus service. It was a route number 43 and operated using 2 buses and introduced by the Dublin United Tramways Company and became part of what is now Dublin Bus. So there we go. That's the facts for the day. Thank you very much. I'll catch you in a bit.